Have you ever stopped to question your own life? Not just what you're doing, but why you're doing it? Over 2,000 years ago, the Greek philosopher Socrates gave us one of the most powerful challenges in history. The unexamined life is not worth living. So, what did Socrates really mean? He believed that if we move through life on autopilot, without reflecting on our choices, values, and purpose, we are simply existing, not truly living. It's a life lived by default, shaped by societal pressures and unexamined desires. We become passengers in our own journey, drifting without a clear destination, squandering our unique human capacity for reason. This is why he was dismissive of conventional success. To Socrates, life wasn't about the blind pursuit of wealth, fame, or comfort. These are external things, fleeting and outside our control. He argued they don't define our character or guarantee happiness. Instead, they can become distractions from what truly matters, the health and virtue of our own soul. The examined life is the active alternative. It's an intentional pursuit of self-knowledge, constantly questioning our assumptions and examining our values. It's the practice of asking, what is a good life? Am I living in accordance with my principles? This self-interrogation isn't about finding final answers, but about the striving for wisdom and truth. This, for Socrates, was the path to genuine fulfillment. Think about it. If you never pause to reflect, you might spend years chasing things that don't actually bring you happiness. Self-examination helps us recognize our strengths, admit our flaws, and grow as human beings. It's like holding up a mirror, not to your face but to your soul. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to dismiss ancient wisdom, but this advice has never been more critical. We live in an age of unprecedented speed, where hustle culture is glorified and every moment is expected to be optimized. The digital landscape bombards us with information and expectations, creating a relentless current that can easily sweep us away from our own intentions. The distractions are more insidious than ever. It's not just obvious noise, it's the silent pull of our devices. Social media feeds present a curated version of success, creating a subtle pressure to conform. Our inboxes overflow, manufacturing a sense of perpetual urgency. This digital cacophony is designed to fragment our focus, making it incredibly difficult to hear our own inner voice. This is why pausing to reflect is no longer a luxury, it's an act of self-preservation. We must carve out stillness to ask the hard questions. Is this career path truly fulfilling me, or am I just chasing a title? Are my relationships nurturing my growth? Am I becoming the person I genuinely aspire to be, or just molding myself to fit external expectations? Without this check-in, we risk waking up years later, realizing we've been playing a role in a script written by someone else. We become like a ship without a rudder, tossed by the waves of trends and expectations, drifting further from our authentic destination. This leads to a quiet emptiness, a feeling that despite all the motion, we haven't actually gone anywhere meaningful. This is where self-reflection becomes a practical tool, a personal compass. It gives you the clarity to choose a career that aligns with your values, not just a paycheck. It empowers you to cultivate relationships built on genuine connection, and to spend your free time on activities that truly recharge your spirit rather than just numb your mind. It is the fundamental difference between a life lived by default and a life lived by design. So how do we bring this ancient practice into our modern world? The examined life isn't an abstract ideal, it's a practical tool for seeking clarity. It begins by transforming Socratic philosophy into concrete daily habits that foster self-awareness. Start with a simple end-of-day audit. As you reflect, go beyond the surface. Don't just ask what you did, but why. What was the true motivation behind your actions? Were you driven by kindness or by ego? Did they align with your values? Capture these thoughts in a journal. Treat it as a Socratic dialogue with yourself. Use prompts to dig deeper. What assumption did I operate on today? Where did I find a contradiction in my thinking? This record becomes a map of your inner world. Socrates rarely philosophized alone, he sought dialogue. We too must engage in honest conversations. Seek out trusted friends or mentors, not just those who affirm you but those who will challenge you with respect. An outside perspective can illuminate our personal blind spots. Finally, be willing to challenge your own beliefs. This is the heart of Socratic humility. True wisdom doesn't come from having all the answers, but from being brave enough to question everything, especially yourself. This is the most rewarding step on the path. When Socrates declared, "I know that I know nothing," it wasn't a confession of ignorance, but a profound statement of intellectual openness. It is the starting point for all learning. This humility is the foundation upon which an examined life is built. Socrates reminds us, life is not just about living longer, it's about living with meaning. So, pause, reflect, question. Because an examined life may not always be easy, but it will always be worth living.